Morning everyone! Feels very good to be back making videos in my van. We are now going to be uploading on a Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our videos. We were releasing daily videos for our 6 weeks. We're not going to keep that up. We just burn out. But we love the style of making those daily videos, so we're going to keep that style up. But just 3 a week, not 7 a week. We've been camped at this little spot for 3 days now. Feels like home. I really don't want to leave. I could stay for weeks. But we have got some ground to cover because we've only got 4 weeks left in the Schengen area, and then we've got to go to a non-Schengen country. Although we said we were going to slow down after the 42-day challenge, we can't go too slow. But it's been really nice to just stay in one place for 3 days now it's been. Let me show you around camp. We had to get down this pretty gnarly track. Didn't feel like it was too suitable for a camper van. It wouldn't be suitable for anything bigger than us. We were getting scratched at the side, so if you're precious about your paint, don't come down here. We've got the forest behind me, the sea in front of me. Tom loves the forest, I love the sea. Best of both worlds. I did try and have a swim yesterday, but the water here, although it looks really inviting from here, it's actually quite slimy on the bottom and just full of seaweed and really shallow, so it's not really swimming conditions. As you know, we do love a wild swim, but you can't properly swim. I just lay down in the water yesterday, which was nice. We've got a few things hanging up, a few crowbars, but yeah, the shovel is very handy. That is something we want to get for the van. Obviously we just use our porta potty when we can, but it's quite cool to be able to like dig a hole in the woods. But yeah, if you're gonna go to the toilet, make sure you dig a hole and leave no trace. We actually have been meaning to have a fire for the last few nights. Someone's even left a pile of firewood. Oh yeah, our gas has run out. So we have 2 big gas canisters. We normally try and replace one when they run out so that we're not stuck with no gas, but we never learn our lesson. We haven't replaced it because it ran out in Norway and we were like, oh, let's just wait till we get to a cheaper country to replace it. Now both of our big canisters are out and we're stuck in this forest. But luckily we have a small camping gas stove to keep us going for a bit. Quite nice pooing in the woods, isn't it?
Because it's like such a big forest here, I thought the ground was going to be really hard to dig in. But it was actually really sandy. It was like the biggest kitty litter tray in the world.
Our van is just full of alcohol because at the end of the wedding, Hannes, the groom, came up to us and I said, would we take lots of the alcohol? Because every table had loads of bottles of wine that were unopened, loads of bottles of aquavit, the Scandinavian spirit, and everyone else was travelling back by plane so couldn't take any, and it was just going to be given back to the bar the next day and they'd already paid for it. So of course we said yes, we'd take that off their hands. So we are trying to do daily exercises. We both, for physio, we both have certain things in our bodies that like are causing us discomfort or pain. Tom's got a bit of anterior pelvic tilt, so he's trying to do some exercises to correct that. And I've also got quite bad knees, so I'm trying to do a bit of yoga every day. Since we smashed our mirror back in Norway, I've been using this little outside mirror just to get ready with, brush my teeth, do my moisturiser in the morning. Tom shaves with it too. Get it back in place for driving though.
We're actually going to be driving very close to the Russian border. We're on Lake Piepsi, which is, we're going to be able to see Russia over the lake. We've been driving for about 2 hours and we are just arriving at our RMK site, which is like the public camping area. So that whole drive has been through some amazing woodlands and wild places. And one of the really cool things about all of the Baltic countries is their really low population density. So I think each of the countries has only between 1 and 2 million people. Nearly all of those people actually live in the cities. The population out here in the countryside is actually really low. So you've got these big expanses of forest and bog. And interestingly, the populations are actually shrinking as the young people move away and there's a bit of a brain drain in the countries.
It's amazing that these spots are free. You don't have anything like this in the UK, or I guess you have the Boffies in Scotland, but this is like a picnic area that you're allowed to camp in. Just look out for the RMK signs. And they've got their own little spots. You can put a tent up, got a barbecue, picnic area. This is a really cool spot. Surrounded by trees. The only negative is the mosquitoes. They are pretty bad. We're going to keep the van a little safe haven. and cover ourselves in spray, maybe have a fire tonight to frighten them away a little bit. I've just been reading the sign about what wildlife species we can find. So there are beaver, otter, muskrat and mink here. So we're on the hunt to find this lake so we can have a little swim later. Just amazed and impressed by van life in Estonia. I highly recommend. Isn't it? It's one of my favourite countries to be in a van because it's just like, it feels like you've got a lot of space.
It's not as geared up towards van life in terms of services, so it's a lot harder to find somewhere to like get water and empty the toilet, but it is possible. So this is the lake. This is Lake Piepsi. So this lake is actually the 5th largest lake in Europe. 3,500 kilometers squared surface area, but the average depth is only 7 meters. The Russian border actually goes down the middle of this lake somewhere. That bit of land we can see in the distance, I don't think the camera will pick it up, but we can see it coming down the side here, and that actually is Russia over there. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you? Slacklining is so hard. I've managed to make about 3 meters max.
This is my first time in years I've done this, so don't judge.
That's so fun doing the slacklining, but the mosquitoes, oh, it's crazy. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of them.
I got further than the tree then.
We're gonna go down to the beach and see if the like the water is scaring the mosquitoes off a bit. Maybe it's a little bit windier. So it does seem a little better here. There are still a few buzzing around, but the woodland is just crazy. If you stand still for about 30 seconds, you just get swamped.
But it is better here.
I've got Avon Skin So Soft and insect repellent on over the top of that, and they're still biting me. So these RMK sites are awesome. They're quite similar to a few we saw in Finland as well. And they are set up, from what I can understand, by the Estonian version of the Forestry Commission. So it's a state forestry service, and they set up these picnic areas for people. It's really cool. Love it.
So Tom's been into the woods trying to get some more wood. He found some dead wood and he's chopped it up with the axe, which is great. I was going to cook us dinner and then I was like, why don't I cook outside? Of course, especially now that our gas has run out and we can use our little camping stove out here. You hoping the mosquitoes go to bed?
Yes, I'm getting horribly bitten through my socks, and I'm ready to say goodbye to the mosquitoes.
Getting a bit dark out here.
I don't know if it is the time of day or I've successfully achieved an undesirable blood alcohol level, but the mozzies have gone.
So guys, you can't see me very well, but we are just putting out the fire and putting some water over the logs. We will see you next time. Night. Whoa. A pine cone just fell and it made me jump.